Human beings are walking billboards of their truest thoughts, intentions, and insecurities. While people spend massive amounts of energy calibrating their spoken words to project a specific image, their physical biology is entirely incapable of maintaining a lie. The human nervous system is hardwired to leak truth through a complex web of micro-expressions, posture shifts, and behavioral anomalies. Most people move through life completely blind to this silent language. They take spoken words at face value, leaving them completely vulnerable to manipulation, bad business partnerships, and fractured personal relationships. But decoding body language is not a mystical art form. It is a mechanical process of observation. High-leverage executors do not guess what people are thinking. They analyze physical data points to read anyone instantly, bypassing the social masks and identifying the exact mode of the room. To understand how decoding this silent language can grant you an unshakable strategic advantage, look at the case study of a corporate negotiator named Marcus. Marcus was finalizing a critical equity partnership with a legacy firm, facing an executive team that projected absolute, unyielding confidence. During the negotiations, the opposing lead claimed that his firm was fully satisfied with the current valuation terms and felt no pressure to close the deal quickly. However, Marcus observed a sequence of subtle physical anomalies. The moment the executive stated they felt no pressure, his hands instantly moved to touch his neck, and he cleared his throat mechanically before leaning backward away from the table. Marcus recognized these precise cues as pacifying behaviors and defensive distancing, indicating extreme underlying stress and a hidden urgency to close. Instead of backing down or compromising, Marcus stood firm on his valuation numbers and waited out the clock. Within 48 hours, the opposing firm accepted his exact terms with zero changes. Marcus didn't win the negotiation by relying on intuition. He extracted the win by reading the biological data hidden in plain sight. If you want to command this same level of predictive clarity in your day-to-day interactions, you must implement hyper-realistic tips to upgrade your observation engine. The first micro tip is the absolute mastery of establishing a behavioral baseline. You cannot accurately spot a lie or an emotional shift without first knowing how a person behaves under zero-stress conditions. The moment you enter an interaction, spend the first 3 minutes observing their natural baseline. Notice their standard blink rate, their vocal tone, their default hand gestures, and how they place their feet during casual small talk. Once you establish this baseline blueprint, look exclusively for sudden deviations during critical moments of the conversation. If a person is relaxed but suddenly freezes their upper body or rapidly increases their blink rate, when you introduce a specific topic, you have successfully located an emotional friction point. The deviation from the baseline is the exact marker of discomfort or deception. The second tip is the implementation of the gravity check. The human face is highly trained to deceit because we look at it every day in the mirror. However, the human feet and legs are the most honest parts of the body because we rarely consciously control them. Look beneath the table to observe where a person's feet are pointing. If someone is facing you with their torso, but their feet are turned completely toward the exit door, their brain is subconsciously signaling that they are checked out and desperately want to leave the interaction. Furthermore, pay close attention to asymmetric body movements. Authentic emotions are always symmetrical, manifesting evenly across both sides of the face and body. If a person gives you a half smile that raises only one side of their mouth or shifts a single shoulder upward while answering a direct question, you are witnessing a profound internal conflict between what they feel and what they are saying. The third tip is the tactical decoding of proximity and barrier behaviors. When individuals feel threatened, insecure, or deceptive, their evolutionary instinct forces them to protect their vital organs. Observe if they suddenly cross their arms tightly across their chest, clutch a glass with both hands to build a physical wall, or place an object like a laptop directly between you and them the moment a challenging subject arises. These are not random adjustments. They are primitive barrier mechanisms designed to establish safety. When you normalize the study of the silent language, your world transitions from a guessing game into a crystal clear map of human intent. You gain the ability to navigate complex social ecosystems with absolute precision and unshakable confidence. Stop being distracted by the noise of spoken words. Build an external environment where your eyes decode the reality that others try desperately to hide. Fall in love with the machine-like consistency of behavioral observation and watch your leverage compound. If you found value in today's deep dive and are ready to master the silent language and read the room with absolute authority, make sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and drop a comment below, sharing how you plan to use the baseline strategy today. Stay disciplined, protect your focus, and keep executing the blueprint for an easy, high-leverage life.